Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. We're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, and we're on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Welcome everyone, welcome to the new subscribers, and I hope everyone's having a really good day. So I told you that I wanted to do a new garden book because, as you can see, mine is pretty chubby, and then I decided I would make it a nature book. Because I wanted to put birds, butterflies, flowers, trees, but I also wanted to include some fishing that I might find fishing things along the line that my grandson and I are doing. I don't know why that seems like there's such a shadow over there, but anyways, okay, I hope you can see okay. So this is the one that I'm retiring. And this is one of the first junk journals that I made that I use, on a regular basis. I've made like a travel junk journal that I use for a specific travel time. I've made, Joey and I went on a little trip and I saved everything and made a journal out of that. I've made different ones, but this is the one that I've used, like in it a lot. So, it literally is a junk journal. Lots of different things torn out, cut out, added on, added pages. I love to take things out of magazines. These are some just different things you'll see throughout here of things that we've planted. I also keep weather reports in here, forecasts and different things. This is a tea that I had while I was doing some things one day. Anyways, just a lot of neat stuff. I also pounded flowers. I need to remember to do that for this next journal. I've kept a lot of the different things that we've planted and such. Yeah, so anyways, just a lot of fun things. Lilacs are my favorite flowers, so every year I get a piece of lilac. So here's one from 2023 I put under some hot glue with a stamp. Here's one that I used in a little window envelope. That one was 2021. So yeah, so just little things that I put in. Here's a little butterfly that I had found that had already died, and it was so beautiful. I put it in a envelope. Here's a rose that was off of our rose bush. I just thought that was so sweet. It's so tiny. And then, I just have to keep adding and adding. Here's a morning glory off of our morning glories that grow by our well house. And added that to just, and here's some flowers that we planted. Some grow better than others. What is this? 2023 Mother's Day. Petals from a Bouquet. Red Mini Petunia. Those were from a bouquet that my daughters gave me. There's a little daffodil. Just little things that I cut out. Nice little things to keep. Things about, bunnies that I see, and just some things around the garden. This is a pounding of marigold, and then this is a little plant. I'm not sure what it is. And here's some more flower pounding. Some cute little wildflowers. Some more there. Window envelopes are so great to keep things from your garden in. These are some seeds. I think I got these at the Dollar Tree, and they did not do anything. Yeah, just lots and lots of stuff. And so I just took a regular piece of scrapbook paper, and then I tore out a page from a magazine. It almost feels like it might have been a Daphne's Diary. I'm not sure. And then I threaded it with jute, and then I reinforced it by putting another piece over that. And then just little things hanging out. This is from a magazine, this little rose I put over there. Okay, so I wanted to start a new one. Starting a new something that you're going to have for a long time, to me, I can get a little nervous about it because I think, oh, did I plan ahead well enough? But the great thing about junk journals is you can always add in, you can tip in, you can add an envelope, you can hinge something in. And so I have a bunch of things. So today's video is really all about gathering papers. So of course we have to have something from Edith Holden. So I'm just going to thumb through. I won't take a lot of time to go through each and every one because I have so many that I want to go through that I want to, isn't that beautiful? That I want to make sure I get through it. That's pretty. That's a pretty page. That's a contender. Ooh, that's pretty too. I'm just going to say that to all of them. Well, I mean, you can't go wrong with anything Edith Holden, you know. So beautiful. It's very pretty. I have a bunch of bird books, so we can save the Edith Holden birds. Let's see if there's some that... Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that. Poppies. But I really like this one. Ooh, and I like that one too. Maybe we do both and save this one. What's this one? Okay, we've got Edith Holden. I need to stop. Okay, so that's done. All right, let me set that up here. Okay, and then what I did was I gathered, let me put my scissors away. I gathered some paper. This is just a very thin typewriting paper that it looks like I coffee dyed it. This is coffee dyed with a stencil. I thought that'd be pretty. Another stencil. Those are both Kathy Holden from iStencil. Another coffee dyed. I don't mind this at all. This is parchment paper, so we'll cut some of that off. I'll set that over here because we'll need to do something with it. Here's some paper that we can do some garden planning on. And, oh, I don't need that. Here's an envelope. That's nice. And some stationery. These are all blank on the back, which will be nice to write or to do some of those flower pounding. Just some purple paper. This is just some packing paper, and I spritzed it today. It's still kind of damp with some... I keep this little sprayer here with instant coffee in it. It's... I don't know, you can barely see the discoloration. And this is a really thin paper. This would be a really good paper to make notes on, but probably not a really good paper for me to put a lot of heavy stuff on. And I tend to put some heavy things in, you know, with envelopes that have stuff in them and such. So that one needs cut down. Here's some more packing. This came from probably Amazon. And then this came from Amazon. So different paper. These are really good in this type of a journal. This is the cover I decided. I decided to go ahead and go with another scrapbook paper. The difference is this one is more of a traveler's journal size, and I am going to keep this one 12 by 12. I think I'm going to need it. And I have a shelf that they go on that are tall enough. It's tall enough to withstand that. But if it wasn't, I could just put it in this way. So that's the journal I'm going to go with. And I'll probably add some things here. And then my other thought was to do the antique Mod Podge talc. And we'll probably do that together. So that's why today we're just going to do paper. Try to find the paper. We won't bind or anything. Okay, and then I have these. So this is part of my jelly printing. I thought this might be fun to put in to represent, you know, things that I do at the river and the lake with my grandson. So, yeah. I haven't decided if I want to cut it down or just leave the border, because I could journal around the border too, so I might just leave that. And then this one I just thought was pretty because it has a lot of the colors of our yard. I love this one. So this is out of a book that I got at a flea market. You've probably seen, I've made journal covers, all kinds of journal cards out of these. If you go back and look at the video where I recovered my old Bible for my granddaughter's 16th birthday, I used these pages to make the cover of the Bible. So you can see that, but it does need to be cut down a little bit, so I'll put that there. I have some papers. Kathy, I think these were ones that she had done some testers before she published, like actually they went to print. And so I have these, and I thought what I would do is kind of put them together like this because they're a little wide, and then I do want to sew around it. So it's that, and then these are the back. So those are fairly good to go. They just need to be sewn. Maybe I should put those in this pile, something that needs done. Okay. This is out of a book that I had gotten at Kathy's one time, and I thought it was neat because look. So it's got that fun butterfly that when you flip it over, whatever you have behind it's going to show. Isn't that pretty? So that's neat. And then let's see what else. I have a bunch of book pages. So I had so many books. I think I told you when I had hurt my foot, I was in the middle of organizing the studio, and what I was doing is I was going through my so many books and just getting some pages out and not keeping all those books because I never will use them in a million years. So I thought, well, I'm going to go through a few pages and see what we have here. We get these nuthatches in our yard, so I'm going to put those over here. We get the tufted titmouse, so I think I'll put that over there. We also get the chickadee. Well, that's convenient. We get the woodpecker. We get all kinds of woodpeckers. We get the downy. We get the hairy. We get the red belly. What is this one? We don't get I haven't seen a yellow bellied. So I think I will keep those. Okay, so that's probably enough of that for now. Then, what is this? More birds. Okay. Then this is out of a butterfly book. And what's fun is this one has like a cutout butterfly glued on there. That's neat. So this is a fun page. Some of these I may hinge in because now this would be a good page too that you could split down the middle. Both of those pages. You could split down the middle, fold one side. So I think I want to do that. I think I'm going to, let's see, unless this one has, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I want that one. Okay, so there we have butterfly. And I have some other butterfly books that have some things that we can insert in once we get it made. Oh, aren't they beautiful? Gosh. I still haven't determined a middle page yet. I'm not determined, but I sure do like that. There's another one that has split. You don't have to look for one to split down the middle because you could fold it and have it as a fold out, but that's real pretty. I think I'll take that one, and then that'll be good for butterflies for now. That's pretty, isn't it? And then this is out of a country book. Here's something that says When Company Comes. That's fun. That's a pretty page. Has a lot that I could glue on, so that's good. We don't have sheep. Trying to keep it to kind of like what we have. We do have a lot of irises. That might be something. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Joey spent the weekend, this past weekend, cutting apart kind of brambles that have been on the side of the house. They just take over, and they've been taken over since even when we were moved here. It was so bad you couldn't see anything beyond. Anyways, he started pulling some down, and would you believe red buds have come out and bloomed, and we have a pink what's it called, a dogwood, a pink dogwood. So we have wild blackberries growing on the side. The deer love them, so let's take that out. Okay, so that's probably enough of that. Very good. All of these books, so far, every single one of them have either been, well, all of them that we've gone through so far have been from a thrift store or a flea market. And you know I'm a cheapskate. Okay, now this is a paint book, which I absolutely love. I'd like to take a page out of this. I'd like to do this Cosmos, I think. The only problem is, oh, look at the Dappies. The only problem is I'm afraid it's going to crack. Because it looks like this paper would crack. And that would be a really pretty center, wouldn't it? Let's take it out. Oof, let me get this little guide up. It looks like this has a sewn in signature, and it has staples. Interesting. Okay, so I don't know. We'll have to test it and see what's the best way to go about it. We may end up having to piece it together. Okay. Then I found this at a thrift store. Did I find this at a thrift store? Or maybe my mom gave it to me one time. But it has some really pretty pictures in it. And I thought, well, maybe we could find something. Because I also do like winter, you know. I like to put the forecast down and things like that. Just kind of thumb through. Ooh, isn't that beautiful? So some of these could even just be journal cards. Heck, you could just cut this out and sew it together, and this could be the back of it. Wow, look at that. That's what oh, isn't that cute? That's what I think I'm going to do, is use this for journal cards. Wow, what is this? Katie did on a daylily. Isn't that pretty? Wow. Oh, I've used it for something here. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. Apple blossom. Yeah. We'll use this to make some journal cards. Okay, here's some more garden birds. 1988. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Helen. Like I said, I get these from, oh, even garage sales, for sure. Doesn't have to be a color page, you know. Can be anything. These are pretty. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, a purple finch. We get those. That's neat. Joey keeps a bird book of birds that we have seen. And I think he, you know, different species. And I think he has listed 43 different species. Very exciting. Oh, look at that. Painted bunting. Wow. We get the indigo bunting. Isn't that beautiful? Not very often. Once in a while we'll see one come through. We do get cardinals. That's pretty. Let's skip that, and then that'll be it for this book. This journal is going to be packed. All right, then we have more flowers. I love this book. It's one of my favorite, as you can tell. Huh, look at that asparagus. Spears of asparagus. Asparagus with flowers and fruit. Wow. Let's go this way. Ooh, what is that? That's pretty. That looks like a morning glory, but it's not. Ooh, maybe it is a morning glory. It looks like a morning glory. Yeah, morning glory. Let's get that out. Oh, maybe you know what we do is maybe we snip the signature and take both sides if I can do it without tearing. Oh boy, I don't know if I can. To do it this way a little bit. Oh, I think I'm going to end up having to hinge it, repair it, because, yeah, because I'm not doing a very good job. This is the page that I want. Yeah, we'll have to repair that. See that down the center? That hole there, that's not going to be good for when we, I'm just going to take one of these. That's not going to be very good for when we go to sew it. Okay, let's take this and put it over here because something needs to be done there. All right, and then I just have this one last book, Trees. And I marked it with a tree. Oh yeah, okay, so here's the red buds. Now, will that come out? I wonder what's on the other side of that. Is it? It's one of those where they glue the pages together? No? Okay, what is this? I don't know what's on the other side. So if it doesn't tear clean nicely, it'll be okay. We'll just have to add it to, we'll hinge it in somehow. Okay, so these pages, so the journal is 12 by 6 because, you know, we're using a 12 by 12 paper. So, these pages can be quite a bit, you know, taller. Yeah, I think I'm messing it up here, but we'll get it out. Okay, let's see here. So we can use pages. Yeah, see what I did here? Yep. So, but that's okay. We'll hinge it in somehow. This is the page that I want over here. We'll just trim that up. It's a very neat tree, or neat book. And I think I got it at a garage sale. Like, it was like this, and I actually have this exact book in my own collection, you know, that garden books and stuff. Let's see if, I wonder if lilacs are in here, but it's a bush. I think these are just going to be trees. Let's see though. Nope. Okay. Well, that's good. Good. Okay, so These need, I'm going to grab my paper cutter here. Let's get this put away. These papers, this is going to be a fat book for sure. Can go up here. And let me just trim this off a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to put it here because I still see, what I could do if you're new to making these is I could still do this and make a smaller one, but I would like to have this whole page. And so what I can do is add to this page so that it can be stitched in. So I'll put that over here to do that. And then this one needs mended. Okay, mended. And I have, I might have to save that one because I want to grab maybe some scrapbook paper or something nice and thick to mend there. And all I'll do is take a piece of paper about this inch wide. I'll fold it in the middle. Then I'll adhere it to this, and then it'll be good as new. I'll probably do the front and the back just because of aesthetics. But you could also put, and I've done this, you could just put some washi. So you could do that. So that one is going to the bottom of the pile because it still needs a little bit to do. Okay, now this one, let's see, how big is this? This is about 10 inches by about 13 inches. So it's going to be too tall, which is fine. We could always cut some of that off. Let's do that. Let's cut some of that off, and we'll use that as our, let's see, 1 inch. We'll use that as to help us to understand what the paper is going to do when we fold it. We may need to go a little bit more than that, but okay, so we're going to fold it this way and see, yeah, it does crack. See that? It's cracked. Now, if we were to fold it this way, yeah, it cracks that way too. Okay. All right. Well, I would like that to be the middle. So, I think what I'll do is maybe reinforce the back. Let's do that. So it's at 10 inches. So we want to go 5 and 5. I'm just making myself a couple of little marks here because I'm just gonna run. I think this will help. We'll see. I'm gonna run some washi down it, and maybe this would be a nice one to run down, nice and thick. I think I got this as a gift from my daughter for Christmas. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this back a little bit, get this going, and then, yeah, I think that'll be fine. I'm going to put this glue down just to make it nice and sticky. Although this paper is so porous, I would not, I'm sure that it's going to stick. Okay. Now, do I have that stuck to this? Okay. I think it'll be better this way. Go on, get out of the way, papers. And then I'm going to take this, to just give it really good. I feel like when you do this with washi, it really helps that glue to stick. Because you know washi is kind of a temporary, but when you do this, I feel like it makes it a lot more permanent. Plus the glue is going to help it. Okay. If you're following along with my lost scissor saga, where I've lost my green-handled big scissors, and I thought maybe I had packed them up in little Addie's sewing kit. Her mama said no, they didn't have it. Okay, so then I was like, I've lost my mind. I have no idea what I've done with those. Well, the other day I had dropped something under my desk, and this desk has file drawers to it. And so all the times I've been looking under my desk for these scissors to see if they were under there. The file drawers go down far enough to where I couldn't see. Well, anyways, I had dropped something and was really under the desk looking for it. And sure enough, there was my scissors. So, mystery has been solved. Okay, so now this, what did I say, 10? Not quite 10, so a little under 5 is what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to use this as this little divot here that it normally cuts. I'm just going to use that as my score and hope it's gentle enough. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see if it tears too badly. It does tear. It does tear. So I think I'm gonna have to, oh boy, and that washi was very thin. Okay, so then that I'm gonna have to put some paper over. Paper. Let's see. What do I have here? I might have to we may have to piece let's save these pretties. Okay. I'm determined to keep this. Can you tell? Let's see. Because I want it for the middle, I think it's going to be so pretty for the middle. Okay, that's going to work. Let's put a little bit of this on. Okay, so then after I get the papers cut to size and all of that, I'll start folding them the way. Now, I'm not going to make the signature yet because there's a few different types of, pages I want to put in. I want to sew a couple. So I want to do that before I put them in. And so we'll go through all of it again, before we sew. Let's see. about we do this one? I think I need, yeah, there we go. Okay. Get all my junk out of the way here. Okay. Now, I have also made a garden book out of these. Actually, what I did was I made a journal out of one of these catalogs, these seed catalogs. Gosh, I did this years ago. I made a journal out of it, and then in the pockets I wrote a letter, and I used the journal as the way in which to present the letter to somebody. And honestly, I loved it. I loved how it turned out. Plus, it was just so colorful, you know. These gladiolas, I would love to do some gladiolas. I planted something like that. I think I planted gladiolas a couple years ago from some. I think they come in like a tubular, really, or a bulb or something. I can't remember. Anyways, I planted them from one that I got from a hardware store, and it was a bust. Nothing came of it at all. Okay. Okay. All right. There's that. Okay, much better. Now, on the inside, I'm going to have to look at it and see what I think. I'd have to think on that for a little bit. Okay, let's see. What does this... Yeah, it's going to fit. It'll fit just fine. But see how that is? So I might definitely going to need to put some distress ink in the center there to kind of hide that a little bit. But also I might hinge where the flowers are. So like up here I might hinge just to kind of reinforce. I could also hinge just some paper that's the color of the flowers too. We'll see. We'll do something to kind of help reinforce it a little bit. Okay. Very brittle. Very, very brittle. All right. So that's pretty well done. Okay. Where's my pile? Right here. Okay. Okay. Then we have this. Okay. So this... I've got stuff everywhere. Okay, so this is, okay, it's fine that way. It's 10 something. And then this way, it's about 14. Okay, so I think if I take a little bit off of the top, maybe, I don't know, maybe this could be the center. I trouble with the center because there's always so many pretty things when you do a garden. So I'm going to take that to the 1 inch line. Okay. And then, okay, what is this? This should be about 14 now, 13. Yeah, it's at 13. Okay, so I'm going to take this part off, this fancy writing, but we will use it as a pocket or something. That's really pretty. Okay, I'll put that here with those other things. Okay, so there's that. I think I'm going to clean this side up a little bit from where it came out of the book. Yeah. Okay. That would make a very pretty middle, wouldn't it? Maybe that's the middle. Okay, well, the page is ready, so whatever we decide. Okay, now this one. Okay, so this one, let's go 12 or 11.5 inches this way. Just get rid of some of that bulk here. Okay, and then let's go, I'm going to just leave that fold there. And then let's go 5.5 this way. Now, sometimes packing material will have perforations along the way, but I don't see any on this one. So that's just something to kind of watch out for. Okay, so there's one. Another one. Okay. This one. Well, I'm going to have to even those up because it's not cooperating at all. I'm just going to go right here. Go 5.5. And then here we'll go 11.5. Looks like we'll clean this up too. Okay, that's fun. And then there's this one. This is the one I sprayed coffee on. I'll go 5.5 here. Oh, oh boy, that's against the, there must be a grain in there. Okay, then we're going to go, let's see if it cuts better this way. 11.5 here. Yeah, there's a grain in here that's causing it to do that. And that's okay. What I'm going to do is put that aside real quick. I'm just wanting to get these as I'm doing them. I'm wanting to get them done if I can. Now the ones that I'm going to sew or have to add something that I don't have ready, obviously I'll wait. But like with this, I think it's okay that we go ahead and turn that back as straight as I know how. This paper's kind of thin anyway, so it'd be a nice little reinforcement. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and just while I'm here. Add a little ink. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a start to finish type of journal. I hope maybe you'll think about making you one. Just gather some pages. It's probably going to take me a little while to make it, so I think you're going to have plenty of time. Plus I have a few other things I want to work on too. So, but I'd love it if you want to make a journal, either a garden journal or a any kind of journal, but we can do it together. The great thing about a garden journal is, as far as junk or nature journal, like I better say, the thing I like about it is, to me, of all the junk journals, it's so it's really authentic. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can use some digitals and you can use some scrapbook paper, but really for the most part you're going to find all the things that you need in things that that you already have. So like your seed packets, a lot of the different things that come, the packaging that comes from trees, your bird feed, all of that. Okay, so there's that. That's done. Okay. And what else? Okay, and then this is the last one because the rest of them need sewn or something. So this is parchment. And I think I do want, you can see I use it to coffee dye or to dye everything. And I think I do want to just trim it. I love this. So I don't want to trim too much of that off. I have those splatters. That might be from when we did the rust. So, I want to go ahead and get 11.5 of this. Back in my pile. This is also really great to make envelopes and little coin envelopes, all kinds of things. So we may do that again with that, but for now we'll just leave it like that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna fold it. We'll see how. Is it going to work? Let's see how wide it is. It should be fine wide widthwise. Very crooked. But that's okay. I'm going to leave it because I like it. I like the colors of it. Okay, good. All right, so we have gotten, our pages picked out. The only thing is I was kind of thinking as I was going through my other journal, is I was thinking that I would like to have like notebook paper. Yep. So, okay. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for hanging with me and helping me pick out paper and going through books and stuff. And I'll get some of those put together and sewn. And I'm in a video coming up. We'll look through them and we'll determine what our next steps are going to be. Because I probably won't sew the signatures in the next video because I want to work on the cover. So that's probably going to be very soon. Okay. Well, thanks again for watching. Don't forget, we pray blessings over you and we want you to know you're so loved. We'll see you in the next video, everyone. Bye-bye.